I do solemnly swear to faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
It is done. Long live George Washington, President of the United States.
The state of Illinois has 0 term limits for the top executive office in the state, the office of governor. That simple fact has been in the back of my mind for a little while now, and I just cannot help but think of the long and detailed debates surrounding term limits at the national level. Personally, I have been and remain highly reluctant to support term limits for legislative offices because of their collective duties in the legislative capacity and legislative branch. However, for the executive, it would be disadvantageous for us to have a chief executive remain in office for more than 8 years and become deeper and deeper entrenched in special interests. Not only is this idea not new, but it is entrenched in the long history dating back to the 1700s. In our nation, starting with the example of President George Washington, there has been an expectation that the chief executive would relinquish the office in which he served after 2 terms. Yes, as you are correctly thinking, Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected to a 4th term as president. But this is much more of an outlier and was even met with the 22nd Amendment in 1951, which made the tradition of presidential term limits codified constitutional law in the United States. Besides, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and prior to him, previous presidents also sought a 3rd term but failed. Those presidents included Ulysses S. Grant and Theodore Roosevelt. Furthermore, the chief executive is energetic, as Hamilton wrote in Federalist 70, stating how energy in the executive is a leading character in the definition of good government. This energetic nature of the office makes need for term limits all the more pressing. With a lack of term limits, the executive office can quickly become entrenched and increasingly complacent. Due to all of these arguments, I have decided to propose the Fair Elections Amendment to the Illinois Constitution for public debate and consideration. The amendment seeks to amend Article 5, Section 2 of the Illinois Constitution and establish a 2-term limit on the office of governor. Now presented is the Fair Elections Amendment to the Illinois Constitution. That there shall be submitted to the electors of the state for adoption or rejection at the general election next occurring at least 6 months after the adoption of this resolution, a proposition to amend Section 2 of Article 5 of the Illinois Constitution as follows. Article 5, the Executive. Illinois Constitution, Article 5, Section 2, qualified terms. Subsection A. These elected officers of the executive branch shall hold office for 4 years, beginning on the 2nd Monday of January after their election, and except as provided subsection B, until their successors are qualified. Subsection B. No person shall be elected to the office of governor more than twice. A person who has held the office of governor or acted in the official capacity of governor for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected governor shall be elected to the office of governor only once. Subsection C. This limitation shall apply to terms of office beginning on or after the 2nd Monday of January following the ratification of this amendment. Service in the office of governor prior to the effective date of this amendment shall not be counted toward the limitation established in subsection B. Explanatory statement. A. 2-year rule, modeled after the 22nd Amendment to the United States Constitution, prevents a lieutenant governor who inherits the office of governor midway through the prescribed term from resetting the term clock if they go on to serve more than halfway through the term. Point B. Non-retroactivity. In an effort to avoid immediate legal challenges of the targeting of an incumbent, most constitutional amendments, including this proposal, include an applicability clause stating that the limit begins with the next election cycle. Point C. Constitutional placement. By amending Article 5, Section 2, the 2-term limit is codified alongside the existing 4-year term requirement.